Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palettes. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn Liu from the Box Press Studio, Seth Geis, and from the Pastania Studio, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
Splendid.
Good, man.
Good.
You know always makes me laugh is the difference in fall between the U.S. and Canada because of course the regional differences. But like our leaves started changing basically the third week of August, and you guys probably don't even get leaf changes till like October. So of course that's why our Thanksgiving is early because we have an early harvest and you have a late harvest.
That's right. So John's just teeing it up really well. Today we are talking about the Artista Harvest Robusto. Cigars are Robusto Extra, actually, 5-inch by 54. Comes out of the Tabacalera Artista factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrapper Sumatra, binder is Habano Seco, filters from the Dominican Republic. It is blended by Ram Rodriguez. Price point is $10.20, and the cigar was released in June of 2023. So with all that out of the way, Jiunn, what was your overall experience like with this cigar?
It was good. It was uh well, I don't know if I should say this for the end, but you know, I know they used to like sponsor us back in the day and all that, but I am not the kind of person that like Artisa cigars in general. I think most of them are right at average. Nothing terrible, but like most of them are right at average. But I thought this had a really good array of flavors. I had some nice roasted coffee beans, cream, like a baking spice mineral mix to it. And it was just delicious. I don't care what other people say. They may talk shit about it, but they're wrong.
All right, Seth, I think it's your turn.
I'm not going to talk shit about this because I'm professional. I only talk shit about it if I have a really negative experience. Listen, I couldn't get a draw at all with a cigar. I should have messaged Aaron about this, but it was careless on me. I didn't, maybe my review was submitted incorrectly. I will say this. If I can find them, I will buy some to smoke it, and I will do an individual review. I would be happy to do that if Rom can direct me to an individual where I can order them, or he can send them to me, whichever. I would be happy to give the cigar the time of day, and I'd like to do it, but I just couldn't get a draw for the life of me throughout this entire cigar, so I gave it a bad review just because I don't know. I couldn't smoke it.
Hey, that's the way it works. If you can't smoke it, you can't
But
smoke it.
I can't smoke it. But I will always give the cigar a second chance. And if I think it's really good, believe me that I will irritate Aaron that I think we should have another conversation about this. And then he'll get pissed off at me because we have to coordinate with Jiunn. And John just looks dead because of Aaron Rodgers. So he's in. So, John, you're up.
Do it. I didn't have any draw problems. My draw was actually perfect, but I did have some burn problems, which we'll get to in a minute. So I thought it started out okay. Some interesting baking spices, sort of like a sandalwood, hay combination. I was like, okay, that's all right. A little bit of earthy on the finish, and then spices sort of started to linger on the post draw and mix in with the earth and a little bit of wood. So it was okay. I was like, okay, that's it. That's an interesting enough first third. And then it started out the same way in the second third, baking spices leading off, and then dry hay kind of took over the middle of the palate, so really drawing in the palate, and then just sort of this I don't want to say cloying earth, but just like a heavy earth at the halfway point, and so just really not dynamic in the second third, and then the last third more earth, so sweet earthy tobacco, and then the earth kind of ramped up. So it wasn't unpleasant. It kind of reminded me a little bit of a Liga 9. Like I think if you really like the Liga 9 profile, this might be up your alley, but I just found it really earth forward. And I had some like just tons of burn problems. It was uneven. I had to do touch ups. I had to do relights, like two relights and one touch up. And I was like, oh man, shortish cigar that's a bit rough. So, overall profile above average. Construction maybe not so much. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with dry toasted cedar, black pepper, and light mustiness. Got some walnut nuttiness that joined in pretty quickly, and some creaminess a little bit later. Second third saw the creaminess depart, and the final third saw the earth take the lead in the profile. I thought the cigar had an average flavor profile throughout. The flavor combination in the first third was the best, but the overall dryness of the profile still kind of held it back from being good. The walnut component throughout was pretty nice, though. Just couldn't really overcome the dryness that the whole profile had. Price point's attractive, but the overall experience just isn't something I'd see myself really coming back to with any frequency. So the price doesn't not bump it up a notch for me.
What was the price point?
10-20 for a Robusto extra, so it's not bad. Yeah,
not bad.
But flavor profile just didn't quite do it for me. All right, so let's get into the scores. We are going to start out top with Jiunn at 6.82. John gave it a 5.7. I gave it a 5.65. Seth gave it a 0. So Jiunn, how'd that 6.82 match up for you?
Pretty well.
Anything else you want to add to that?
It was good. I would smoke it again.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right. John, 5.7.
It matches up well. Again, I think, it's an example of where I think the flavor profile is probably high fives, but with that burn issue kind of held it back. So, it was above average, but nothing really standoutish for me. What about you?
Yeah, my 5.65 matches up well. I mean, there's an average flavor profile. I had really good construction, just like slight wavy burn, no big deal. Just what, most cigars kind of have that same kind of a thing going on at the beginning. But yeah, just the flavor, the dryness of the profile, I think, is what took it out for me. So just didn't really help out. So Seth, 0 from you, but you kind of explained it, just no draw, so you can't really smoke it.
Yeah, and I know it kills it, and it is what it is, but listen, I would definitely come back to it. I'm not as harsh as Jiunn. Gosh, so mean, man.
All right, final thoughts on this from you guys at all?
What do you think of this rebrand and this new?
I think the branding is fine. What I think odd about this in the midnight is that there's nothing on the band about what the line is. It's just the brand name. You don't know it's Harvest.
There's nothing
you don't
to
know
tie
midnight.
True.
Banding into the brand,
and the colors between the two. Obviously, the wrapper color is different, so you have that of a sense. But if you don't see them side by side, you don't know.
Yeah.
And the band colors aren't all that different, right? So you got you got yellow and brown, and then you got like gold and like dark blue, but it's not really enough. I think that somebody's gonna say they can explain to you exactly what the band looks like. So
yeah, I definitely it was definitely because we reviewed both the Harvest Sumatra and the Maduro, and there was definitely a moment where I'm like, okay, let me hold them up side by side. Let me make absolutely sure, and then I'll double check by looking at the UPC sticker and read it off to confirm that I'm not fucking up here, because that's what happens, right? And I mean, I hate to say it, but at a cigar shop, that's absolutely the kind of thing that can happen. Is if there's no indication on the band at all. I mean, fortunately, it's on the UPC since it's easy to read, but probably should be on the packaging.
yeah, because I mean, when you're lighting it up, you're tossing the cello right away, right?
Oh,
if you smoke it and you like it, you might throw the band in your pocket.
Yeah.
But there's nothing on that band that's really going to tell you enough about what's going on.
That's true.
I think so. The way
I kind of feel like Artista is that company's doesn't ever get much, press and not really talked about within cigar fans, and they're kind of doing everything they can almost, right? Like they get celebrities, they get this marketing remake of the packaging and bands, and now it's like, okay, what else is left there to do to try to refresh?
I think they're still kind of in growth and marketing mode. Like I think they're certainly getting more attention at the trade show, and I think they deserve more attention. I mean, they have a lot of really great tobacco, but unfortunately, in the cigar industry, this stuff takes a long ass time. Look at how long Well, Padron's a bad example, but I was going to say AJ. Like it took AJ a lot longer than people think to sort of get
Took AJ a while.
recognized.
I mean, it took Patron. Patron's been
Well,
around a lot longer than
And for
people
AJ,
Yeah,
he's more
for-
famous for the stuff he makes for other people than what he makes for
Yeah,
himself.
for sure.
And
For sure.
Artista is starting to do that. You know, they're starting to make stuff for other people now. So
Who's
maybe
the guy
that's
that we met with Artista?
Kevin.
White
Yeah,
dude.
Kevin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kevin
Kevin.
Newman.
Yeah.
Kevin
Yeah.
Newman.
Yeah. Listen,
He's a good dude.
I'm going to say this to everybody out there. When we were in Vegas that morning, John and I was struggling as an alcoholic who does not have any booze. I had the shakes. And at first I thought, man, I thought I drank too much, which is impossible. How does tuna drink too much? So I had a really good breakfast and that didn't do shit. And then Kevin knew what the problem was. He saw that I had an issue. He's like, "Do you need some bourbon?" I said, "Yes." And I got some bourbon and the hand stopped shaking and I felt fucking good to go. So despite this review, these are good peeps.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah,
gotta
good
support
people.
this brand because they're supporting you, man. And they're taking
Yep.
care of me. And if you
Right.
love me, fuck the score, smoke the cigars.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Sumatra Artista. Remember it,
Sumatra
bitch.
Artista, remember that shit.
All right. Wherever you're catching this video, be sure to like and subscribe and check out the full written review on the website, developmentpalace.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Harvest my fandom.